Hey, what's going on? So today we interview the owners of Wing Snob, Alan. We're going to be going over starting a new franchise, the challenges of building a new business during COVID, and building a business that stands the test of time. Check it out.
This is the Marketing Natives, providing actionable ways to grow, improve, and succeed in your business. And now, your hosts, Christian and Aaron.
Hey guys, thank you for jumping into another episode of the Marketing Natives. Today we have the crew from Wing Snob here in Allen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Such a blessing.
Absolutely. So for those who do not know who you guys are or what Wing Snob is, why don't you kind of introduce yourselves?
Well, I'll let you run with it.
All right. Well, I'm Tiffany Green, and this is my husband, Antoine Green. And we are owners of the Wing Snob, the Allen location. Wing Snob is a franchise, fast casual specialty wings and fries restaurant. We've got 13 flavors of wings. We've got traditional, bone-in, boneless, tenders, and cauliflower wings for the vegetarian crowd. That you can get all of those in any of the sauces or any of the flavors that you want. And we are in construction now, planning to be open at the end of next month, end of November, in Allen. And we're really excited for everybody in our area to get to try our awesome wings.
Yeah.
Awesome. And for those who are listening, that is November of 2020. If you're listening a little bit later after that and they're already open, go check them out. But so cauliflower wings. Okay, kind of explain that. I've never had a cauliflower wing. I don't know if you have or not, Christian.
So. Are they fried or?
They are fried. So, cauliflower is probably the most healthy that you're going to get in the wing definition, okay? So once you go cauliflower wings, they are fried in our cauliflower batter, but they are delicious. They're just for those people who are kind of trying to stay a little bit healthy, but want to, get a little bit dangerous too with some wings. So
yeah, the non-meat eaters that still want that flavor and that fun wing experience, they get it with the
That's awesome. And I'm guessing you can mix them with any of the flavors from
Yes.
All right, we'll have to try that.
1 month. We'll start the countdown. Start the countdown now. So, why wings? I mean, you guys obviously are jumping into a franchise right now, and we'll get into a little bit more of the story here in a second. But so there's a lot of different avenues you could go with. So why wings?
Well, I'm from Buffalo, New York originally, so that is the home of the buffalo wing. For those who do not know, buffalo wings are not just a trendy name. They came from Buffalo, New York, my birthplace. And so I am like a wing connoisseur. I make my own wings at home. And so when my husband brought this idea to me, I was like, well, we'll have to try them out. And we tried, but I was like, this is a pretty good wing. And so that sold me on it. And I know that there's lots of people love wings, even here in Texas. And I don't think that they have this kind of quality option here. So I wanted to make sure we could bring that to them.
I brought it to Tiffany about a year ago. I kind of had to change my dietary needs. And so I got off of beef and pork, and I love chicken. And so as I started tasting chicken, almost every day, chicken or fish.
I was going to say, it's an understatement for him to say he loves chicken. Like, really, he's someone who can eat it every day.
I really do love chicken. And so when I came across these wings, they were just fantastic, and they spoke to me. And I took that idea after looking them up on the internet, talking to a buddy of mine, and this is where we are, and we're blessed to be in this position.
And also, it's a great family thing too. We have 3 kids, and we have some very picky eaters. We have, some of our kids don't eat burgers.
Yes.
Some don't eat anything but French fries. So this was a good option for families too that have those picky eaters like we do. It's a really, it's a great place the whole family can come in and enjoy a meal.
That's awesome. And you guys have you had any sort of business owner experience or franchise or anything like that in the past?
We've never done a franchise before, but we've been in other business opportunities via transportation and insurance that we've had some good success with.
And I'm a lawyer by trade, so this is really my first all-in business ownership experience.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's kind of a side note, but what kind of law do you practice? I'm looking for a criminal defense. I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Well,
You're locked up.
I did criminal law for 10 years. I was on the prosecution side.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you're putting the bad guys away. Okay. Very cool. Now, I was just curious. There's probably some fun stuff you could do with some wings, with some law side. So, you said that you tried the wings. Where? So this is, to my knowledge, like DFW area. You guys are going to be like one of the first up in here, which is going to be awesome. So where did you try the wings at, or what? Where did you kind of get hooked on them?
Michigan. So we took a trip out to Michigan with some of our business partners, and they already knew about the wings. They got us to taste them, and not only were the wings were just great, but in addition, the cheesecake, which we had never talked to you guys about.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We will have cheesecake on the menu as well that you guys will fall in love with. And so there are 4 different flavors of cheesecake that we have, along with our golden bars of cornbread. And so this is a true food experience
Yes.
for those that love wings, along with cheesecake and cornbread. So
We're going to have to do a redo of this episode, like in person, trying the food. I feel like we're not doing justice right now cheesecake. That was, you did not bring up anything about that.
I forgot about that. And I'm surprised because
you love the cheesecake.
I love the cheesecake. Like I was talking about it literally for days and days. We brought some back home to the kids.
They ate it up.
They loved it. Yeah, so
That's something like I don't know. I've never heard of that combination of like chicken wings and then some cheesecake, but in my mind, that just sounds so bomb right now. Like you're done eating something spicy, you just want something nice, sweet and yeah. Sounds really good.
That's awesome. So you guys started, I think you said you started about a year ago looking at this, and you kind of presented it, Antoine, to Tiffany. Yeah. And then you kind of started that process, and you've been in the franchise process now for, like you said, almost a year. Obviously, we have hit a pandemic about halfway through that. What's been going on through that? Like, has that slowed things down? Has it changed your trajectory? Tell us a little bit about that.
It actually cemented where I thought we should be at. The one thing that is not wavered throughout this pandemic is we need to eat. And so what we did, our own studies, where we would drive around, not just, our area out in Allen, but we would go throughout the DFW area, and we would go to our competitors. Wing Snob is a major competitor in this area. And we would look in the drive-through and just sit in the parking lot every day. And the one thing that we saw was that they never stopped having customers coming through during the entire time that we were in COVID. There are tons of articles that are out right now that say that the fried chicken industry is actually increasing.
Wow.
And not decreasing during the pandemic, because it's fried food, it's filling to adults and children. And the model that we have is 85% carry out. So you're able to order your wings online, you walk in, you walk out, and there you go. So the exposure that you would have during this pandemic is little to none in this industry. And so for me, and for us, our team, we thought this is the time to push ahead. There's so many companies that during pandemics recognize the opportunity to get ahead. And this is one where we actually put the pedal to the metal versus held up, because we know that the opportunity is there for the taking.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. I feel like we've talked to a lot of businesses that have that same mentality, right? It's like a make it or break it. Like this is an opportunity to either you pivot out of something, or like you guys did, you sit down, slow down, study it. Okay, this is the right decision. We need to move forward, and now it's the right time. So I applaud you for that. That's really, really good.
Thank you.
So whenever this, It's just in November. There's not a specific date yet, but and I'm curious, where's it's off of 121, right? For the North Texas people, doesn't really matter for the non-local people, but for the local people, it's like off of 121, right?
121 in Lake Forest, right off of the side of the highway. You can see it. It's 975 Highway 121 is the actual address of the location. And so right there, right there going north.
Yeah, in between Stacy and Lake Forest.
Stacy and Lake Forest.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I was
There's
trying to
that
picture.
theater, the Allen Cinemark, I think, is right over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Davidson is there. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right next to Cottonwood, I think, too. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to visually kind of figure out exactly kind of where you guys are at because now we're like doing a countdown here because we order wings probably every other week, every other month or so for the guys here when we play like games and stuff. So this could be a very good alternative to what we were
we
doing.
look forward to seeing that order. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as the construction or like, have you guys seen like a slowdown or actually an increase in like, because I know like whenever you're getting ready to start a business and this is probably I'm assuming a new build out for you guys. You have to go through all the inspections, through all that process. Because of COVID, has it slowed down or are there less businesses opening? I don't know this to be true to where you actually got through it quicker or what was that process like?
A little bit of both, right? One of the things that we took advantage of, and the reason we're talking to you guys, is that we joined the Chamber of Commerce in Allen. It's one of the first things that we did because we knew that we needed to have allies on our side as we went through this process.
Mm.
We have a really good contractor who's done a great job at getting the work done. But whenever there's a slow up with regards to the city, where it's COVID, so there are a lot of people that are not working. The hours are tougher with the government, but through our connections with the chamber, we've encountered very little hesitation, and everyone has been
delay. Yeah.
very little delay, and everyone's been uber supportive
Yeah.
of what we were trying to do. So it's been great for us.
Yep, that's awesome. I think we kind of took that same route. The start of our company, where we joined the chamber very early on, and it's once you're in there and you're involved, and you get to meet some people. I mean, it's awesome. The connections that you make are incredible. So we always recommend every new business owner to join the Chamber of Commerce and go to some of their meetings and meet some of the people, because those are the people who are in town making things happen. So.
When you guys open, who's going to be like, what roles are you guys going to assume whenever you open? I'm assuming it's going to be switching hats every 5 minutes, but have you guys like hired a team yet? And I know that I think at least in our notes, you guys are part of another couple who like this is a foursome that's on there. So have you guys defined roles? Have you guys hired a team yet? What does that look like right now?
Well, we are hiring right now for management positions. So we, catch this podcast in the next week or so. We are hiring now. We're looking for some great, shift leads and things of that nature. I will be in the store probably most of the foursome. So I'll primarily be there most days. And Antoine is more of a finance background, so he's going to do more of the books and he's getting us organized now as far as our financial piece of it.
It sounds great, but I'm really just yes ma'am. what my role is.
Yeah, and then one of our other partners, he has a construction background, and so he's been helpful on this end during this phase of it. So yeah, we're all willing to be a part of it and do everything we can every day. But for the most part, I guess I will be the one that's there most days that you'll be able to see, along with the management team that we hire.
What would you guys say is like the biggest challenge with opening up a franchise, regardless of the pandemic or anything, just in general, like this whole process? What's been the biggest challenge for you that you guys have had to overcome for that?
I think that in any business model, you have to know that you're investing in people. And when you're investing in people, it takes patience and it takes understanding that you have to meet people where they are in life and in the process. And so, while we're excited and we're gunning and we're getting ready to open, there are a lot of people who are been laid off, who are not excited. They're not in a place that we're at, and we have to be empathetic to those situations. Um, it's not going to damper our story, but it allows us to look at them and to look at our resource, or which is our major resource, is people, and to back out and just be thankful that we can be a part of re-energizing where they are and in the community that we belong to.
Tell us a little bit. So you answered a few questions before, I guess, part of the onboarding of the podcast. And in there, you talked about the motto, service sells. Tell us about that.
That's something I've grown up with. I've been in business development for over 20 years, and you can do whatever you want to do. At the end, I can talk to you guys until my face turns blue, but at the end of the day, there's two words: service sells. So how you service your customers, making them feel like they're the most important people, really matters to this industry. And so we're going to have the best wings, but better than the best wings, we're going to have the best service. And we know that's going to sell and really speak to our hearts and to what we want to give to the community.
Let's dive a little bit deeper with that. So, I mean, without, I bet you every Wingstop person is listening to this podcast right now, but like, what kind of experience can people expect whenever they come to Wing Snob and Allen? Like, what is going to set you guys apart, or what you feel is going to be the best part for you guys?
Right. Well, when you come in, we just, it's going to be a lively atmosphere. It's going to be, fun colors. You see, we have our orange on, and, you're going to come in and see great pictures of our wings, and just, be salivating before you even get to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course you can expect friendly service, a smile, help with whatever, questions you have, and, that you can get your, order your food and then get it in a timely manner, and then clean, fun environment, TVs, some music, but just a family friendly, fun environment that you can stay and eat your food, or you can enjoy while you're just waiting for it. And then of course, great quality wings, great quality food, and delicious cheesecake.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could have just led with the cheesecake. Our experience is going to be cheesecake. There you go.
Right. Be on display when you come in. So you see that. So again, when you come in, we expect you to be excited and to be salivating before you even get to the counter, just looking at all the, the great stuff that you can try.
Nice. And as far as like the experience for that, since you say fast casual, I think of something like a Chipotle or a Pie 5 or something. So I'm going to come up there, I'm going to order wings, and then my wait time is minimal. And as I'm sitting there, there's, like you said, there's TVs or something else to kind of occupy yourselves while you wait. But the wait time should be, I would assume, relatively quick, or slow, or not slow, quick for that.
Absolutely.
It is. I think 8 minutes is what we studied.
Wow. Yeah.
Amount of time that to cook the wing properly and to service you. We would think that the wait time would be around 8 minutes.
When we open, we're expecting the line to be out the door. So don't hold us to that 8 minutes. We're hoping that we won't even be able to keep it up with it, because there'll be so many people coming in. But
yes.
But on your average visit, that's what you can expect.
Right.
That's awesome.
Cool. So as we're kind of like halfway through here, I want to transition to our tip for tips section. This is for those who are listening for the first time or watching for the first time. This is where we want to give an opportunity for our guests to ask a marketing question, and for us to kind of talk back and forth and just have real business conversation. So if you guys have a question, we'd love to hear it, and let's just find a way to answer it for you guys.
Well, I'm always thinking about the future and what the future holds for this business is something that is always on my mind. When you guys look at franchises and businesses alike, what do you think the successful businesses are going to do today to separate themselves, say 5 years down the line? What are the important keys to success in making sure you're still here and thriving?
That's such a good question. I'll go first and then kind of let Christian kind of add on to that. But I think one is adapting to like new trends of things that are happening. For example, we all know that voice is happening right now. So like Alexa is really big. Google Home is really big. So search is going to be more so if it's more focused on like brand. So instead of somebody saying like, hey, can you find me the best wing place near me, they should be focusing on brand, which is Wing Snob Allen. So how can you build a brand to where you ask Alexa, hey, Alexa, get me directions to Wing Snob Allen? So that's kind of like a trend that I would look at as like, okay, how can we start focusing on our brand building for the local area so that whenever things like voice become like more normal, which I don't know if you guys have one, but statistically, a large percentage of homes in America have voice controlled devices. So that would be one thing. And then another is to just, as you mentioned earlier, it's that service side and then focusing on social. So if you're familiar with the entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial world, Gary Vaynerchuk, if you're not familiar with him, I would check him out. But basically, he says to treat your business like a media company first. So your content through social media, through anything that you put out, same things like these podcasts, should be priority over just the wings, because if you treat your company like a media company first that happens to sell wings, now you have so much exposure, so much brand building that's going on. That's what's going to outlast everything else, because they can't taste the amazing wings if they don't know about you. So it comes first to building the brand, and it comes first for getting the awareness out there, which is all about creating like media. Like if you guys did a TikTok account about eating wings and you blew up, it's very possible that you could grow your business dramatically because you're treating it like a media company first. So that's just my thought. I'll let Christian kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think on top of that, when you create content, it's not about creating. I think Gary Vaynerchuk also says the same thing. It's document, not create. So if you're struggling to find something to post on social media, it's just more about documenting your day. I mean, what did you do today on the business, for the business, in and around the business? What's interesting to you is going to be interesting to the people who follow you. So yeah, and then I guess, I mean, on top of that, yeah, it's building your tribe, building your following, even before you guys open. So I think building that community is going to be very, very important, and building those super fans, right? I think this is a great opportunity for you guys to do what Aaron is saying, because it's a brand new company to an area that's been saturated with Wingstop and some other wing brands. So there's not much, I guess, competition in my knowledge as far as chicken wings. So if you guys are different in that aspect, and going back to the family friendly and exceptional service, I think that will just cement you moving forward in the future. I mean, like you're saying. So yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, have you guys familiar with that video that went viral about a month ago with Dogface 208, who was on the skateboard or the longboard, and he's drinking the ocean spray? Are you familiar with that video?
I've not seen that one.
Okay. So I would challenge you to go and find that video. It's probably very easy to find it. He's gotten huge deals from like Ocean Spray, and now he's hanging out with, I guess yesterday I saw with Wiz Khalifa, but he's gotten huge deals, and his whole mantra from it was like, again, document, don't create. And it was just a random video of this guy drinking Ocean Spray, jamming to a Fleetwood Mac song, and he blew up. I mean, we're talking tens of millions of views. He went viral overnight, and now he's got big names, big brands, and so much so that we're talking about it on this podcast. And I say all that to say to just go out there and document, and don't worry about creating something, but just keep creating that content, because you just never know what piece will stick with people. And they're like, hey, that crazy video that Tiffany did with her in the back dancing to these wings. It's like, hey, you're that lady who danced to the wings or whatever. Like, I told my friends about that. So you just never know what's going to work on that side. But what you do know is that building the brand should always be the priority. And as long as you focus on brand for the next 5 years, then there's no matter. It's not going to be a matter of whether business will be in there. It's just how fast you're going to grow. Awesome. Thank you guys. That was a great question. I don't think we've ever had anything like that. So it was a very good question. So as we kind of transition back here to the episode with you guys, what would you say has been the best joy or the most joyful part of this process? Obviously, it's a husband-wife team of two or times two. You got family dynamics, you have work dynamics, and then like just everything else mixing and matching, plus 3 kids. You throw that all in the mix, but like, what's been the most joyous part for this for you guys?
I think for me, our youngest is 3, Audrey, and she loves going to the restaurant. So like every day, and it's been hard for her during COVID because she was in preschool and then, abruptly ended. And we haven't sent her back yet. So she's just been kind of hanging out with us, rolling with us as we're in construction, as we're going to meetings, and as we're, getting everything together. And just about every day now, since we started construction, she says, "Are we going to the restaurant today?" And, there's not a whole lot going on that she can really enjoy there. But we just love that, she's already excited about it. And one of, the major things for Antoine and I is just really building that legacy. And just, everything we do is for our kids and for the future and for, of our family. And so just to see how excited she is just to go to the restaurant, even when it's just in the construction phase, has been really fun and really cool for me.
On my end, those things are cool too. But the most important thing that I've enjoyed is working with my wife and walking in what God has for us. And that's been a huge, huge, huge deal. I could have never imagined the amount of joy that I would get from doing this business with someone that's in lockstep and what we're trying to accomplish, not just become rich, but just to do what God wants us to do, to become job creators, to become community, to give back to our community. And in that, it's made our family closer. It's made, like she said, it's made our kids more excited. And so now we know that, our path is pure. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to do something that was purposeful. And this fills that purpose for us.
That's awesome. I feel like you win a couple of brownie points. Like that was a very good answer. So Tiffany, he gets a couple of brownie points for that one there. She's like gleaming. I don't know. He couldn't see it, but you were definitely gleaming there, which is so cool to see. All right. I want to transition to some fun questions, a little bit unrelated to the business. One of these may be tricky, so we'll ask it a little bit halfway through, but just to get you guys on a good start out, I guess I would say. So this is more of like I would say like a rapid round or quick answers for this. So, all right.
Let's have a queen. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. So very easily, what are you guys binging right now as far as streaming? So whether it's Netflix, Disney, Hulu, what are you guys? No shame. What's a current binge for you guys right now?
I am all about the Real Housewives series. So Real Housewives of Potomac is on now. Real Housewives of Orange County just came back. So and Antoine too watches season 2. So that's one of our fun TV guilty pleasures right now that we can't get enough of.
Yes. I hope the men are not watching this part of it.
He loves it. We pause it, and he'll analyze why she should have said this and she should have said that.
Yeah, we love that show. It is awesome.
That's good. Everyone has their own guilty. I'll confess, I've watched The Bachelor and The Bachelorette with my girlfriend. So, you sometimes you just kind of get into it, start watching an episode or two, and then you're like, why would Tony do that? It's just kind of, yeah. So, yeah. All right. Next question here. What do you wish you had known when you started this whole process?
How quickly things can change, how
Hmm.
the supply list can be this, but then it can change to that, and how you can think you need this many, I don't know, fryers
Cups,
or
yeah,
cups or
whatever it
something.
is.
And then, well, actually,
You need 1,000.
we've learned that it's better to start with more. So go ahead and change that number out. So yeah, that's what I wish I would have known. I'm more of a, I'm an attorney, so the law is what it is. It changes, but not that often, and certainly not that quickly. And
Right.
so for me, it's like, no, if you said this, and this is what it is. Like, it's not it's not anything different.
Yeah.
But in the restaurant industry, it's not quite that way.
Yeah.
So
All right. So, what purchase of $100 or less, this is for either one of you, has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months or recent memory?
I think that you said it when you said about we were talking about voice control. So we got an Alexa almost at the beginning of COVID, and our kids love it. So it's, hey Alexa, play Old Town Road. Hey Alexa, and my son is like, Alexa, what's 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000? But here's the thing: when they're talking to Alexa, they're not talking to me. So. So that has dramatically improved.
That's genius. That's genius.
And just getting that break, Alexa can put on music for them. She can answer questions for them, and mommy and daddy get a break.
So be careful. One of my friends, she's a lady that I run with. Their kids have gotten too smart because their kids used to not understand time that well. So she went up there and they're like, "Hey mom, can you take us to the park?" And she's like, "In 30 minutes." And she thought she had longer than that. And she's like, "Hey Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They love the timer function. I love the timer function.
They get it.
So you guys, just a quick question. So you have your youngest daughter who's 3. What's the other 2 ages?
So our daughter Audrey is 3. Our son Antoine Jr. is 5, and our oldest is our daughter Peyton, who is 9.
Okay, awesome. So 3 under 10 at the house. All right. Pretty soon there'll be free labor, so it'll be good.
Right.
There you go.
What else do we have here? Okay, so in the last 5 years, what's a new belief, behavior, or habit that has most improved your life?
I was looking at a quote the other day, and it's in the last 5 years, it said, work like it depends on you, pray like it depends on God.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And so for us, I think that, we work hard, but we pray even harder.
Mm-hmm.
And so we really invested in making sure that we know who's really in charge. So I think it's been awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. So the most important part here, of this episode, as people are listening, is how can they find out? How can they connect with Wing Snob and Alan? What's the best way to find you guys? Connect with you? Go and grab some of your wings. How do they find you guys?
Absolutely. So our website is www.wingsnob. That's wing, WINGSNOB.com. So you can go there and see our menu and everything, and you scroll down, and our location will be there, the Allen location. You can also find us on Facebook.
Right.
It's Wing Snob Allen on Facebook, and there's also a main Wing Snob Facebook page. Anything else?
You can call us.
Yeah, you can call us at 469-454-WING, WING. Yeah, so that's how you can find us.
No Instagram yet. Well, we're going to challenge you guys to get on Instagram for that too, because I know you can have some amazing pictures of that wings and cheesecake too.
Really.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. We truly appreciate it. This has been a blast, and we cannot wait for your location to open and go and give an amazing review as we're doing some video for the side part of this.
Oh, we would love that. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having us too. It's really an awesome experience,
yeah.
And we look forward to many more of these. It's been great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Marketing Natives Podcast is a production of Bit Branding.